Okay guys, it's good to see y'all virtually since you can't be in class. I wanted to do a quick video with you to walk you through the very last worksheet that I emailed your parents, the Let's Get to the Point Lab number 2, State of Confusion. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna work through this worksheet. If you do not have the worksheet, you can still go through with us. You can answer all the questions. You can try this at home. I have 2 helpers here today, and they're gonna go through each of these steps, and we're gonna complete the worksheet together, okay? If you have any questions, you can always email them to me later, but I think this is gonna help you understand. So you guys, this week we're studying about states of matter. So matter has 3 states. So if you did your reading, you should know the 3 states are solid, liquid, and gas, right? So let's see. I'm gonna give you just a few seconds. How many things can you think of that are liquids? I hope it's a lot. How many can you think of that are solid? It should also be a lot. What about gas? This one is a hard one for most people. Most people can't come up with very many gases. One of the easiest ones to remember is when maybe your mom is boiling water on the stove, the evaporation, that gas. So you can remember that. Anything that has to do with heat, when the water evaporates, all the gas you see there. So what we're gonna look at today is we're gonna try to figure out if things are a solid, liquid, or gas, and what makes them that way, okay? So first things first, you need to get your mayonnaise, your peanut butter, and a box of Jell-O. You don't need very much mayonnaise or peanut butter, so don't let your parents freak out. You're also gonna need 2 cups and 2 plates, and probably 2 spoons, so you don't put your mayonnaise spoon in your peanut butter spoon. Okay, go grab your stuff and come back here. Okay, so these are my 2 lovely assistants that are gonna be working on your worksheet with you. So you'll notice the very first step on your worksheet is to decide your hypothesis. So you need to decide, I think mayonnaise is a solid liquid gas, and I think peanut butter is a solid liquid gas. So first things first, Mary and Lily, what is a hypothesis?
A prediction.
Okay.
And a prediction before you actually do your actual experiment.
Yes, and is it always right?
Not most of the time, but who knows? It's like a 50-50 type of thing.
Okay, so your hypothesis is an educated guess. Those of you that remember the steps to the scientific method, we do research first. So then we have a little bit of knowledge going into our hypothesis. So with the little bit of knowledge we have, Mary and Lily, do we think this peanut butter mayonnaise, is it a liquid?
No.
No, because what is a liquid? What's the number 1 liquid you think of?
Water.
Water. And it doesn't look like water, right? Like if we shake it, not water. What about a gas?
No.
No, I don't see anything floofing up anywhere, okay? So what do you think it's gonna be?
Solid.
They think it's gonna be a solid, okay? So mark down your hypothesis. This is your educated guess. And this can be wrong, and it's okay if it's wrong because that means we learned something. Okay, so we got both of them. So Mary and Lily think they're both solids, right? So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna test their theory. We need 2 spoons, Lily. We didn't have all of our stuff ready. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take a scoop from each and put them into your cup. So what we're trying to see is this little chart here. This step, does it keep its shape? So did it keep the same shape when you scooped it out of the original container? So 1 scoop from each of those, please. Okay, so Lily, did it keep its shape that it was in the container?
Yeah.
Sort of?
Yeah, sort of.
Ish, okay, but it's not jar shaped, right? So it didn't
Nope.
keep its exact shape. Okay, Mary, did it keep its shape?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, right? But still not the same shape as the jar, right? Okay, so we have yes, no, or maybe. Yeah, you can stick it in the cup. Go ahead and stick it in the cup, and then you're gonna answer your question. Okay, so answer the question on the thing. Yes, no, or maybe. Did it keep the same shape of the container? Mary, fill out your sheet. Yes, no, or maybe. Did it keep the shape of the container? No, or maybe? It kind of did. Like, it didn't completely turn liquid, right?
No.
But it didn't keep the same shape. So maybe?
Yeah.
I think maybe would be the best option there. So for both mayonnaise and peanut butter. All right, so Lily, read the part that says takes container shape. What does it say there?
Did it spread out to take the shape of the cup you placed it in?
Okay, so we've been watching Mary. She's been stirring hers around. So Mary, when you plopped it in there, let's see it a little closer.
It didn't come off the spoon.
It didn't come off the spoon, but is it taking the shape of the cup? Lily, what about yours?
Mine slipped off, but
But is it taking the shape of the cup, or is it just plopped in there?
it kind of plopped in there.
Okay, so what do you guys think? Yes, no, or maybe? Did it take the shape of the container?
No. Well, mine maybe did.
Maybe, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So why don't you put maybe for mayonnaise and no for peanut butter? All right, Mary, will you read the last one to us?
Did it stay the same size when you placed it in the cup?
Okay, so did it get bigger? Did it get smaller? What happened?
Mine just stayed the same as it is when I popped it in. It did
Okay.
not change.
Stayed the same? Okay. So yes, no, maybe on there. Okay. So now that we've seen that, let's see. So when you place in the cup. Okay. I was making sure we didn't have to dump it on a plate. Okay. So it would seem that it's not entirely a solid, right? If it was a solid, think of like a marshmallow. If we pulled the marshmallow out of the bag and dropped it in the cup, it would stay exactly the way it was when we started, right?
Yeah.
But what about your mayonnaise and peanut butter? Did it stay exactly the way it was in the beginning?
No.
No. But is it water?
No.
No, it's not. So what is it?
Well, salt? No. What am I doing?
It's somewhere in between.
Yeah, I'm trying.
It's a solid that has properties of a liquid.
There's a word for that. I'm trying to think of the word. 'Cause I think
That
there
would
is
be a good thing for our friends to research. So what is that word? What does it mean when the solid has properties of the liquid? Our two friends here don't know, but maybe you guys can find out. So it's not completely a liquid, not completely a solid. Somewhere in between, right?
Yeah.
Yes? So this is tricky, right? A lot of people think this is very easy to figure out states of matter. Because what's a rock? Which state is that?
Solid.
Solid. Water?
Water. Well, liquid.
It is water. What about water vapor?
Gas.
Gas. And what about peanut butter?
Between solid and liquid.
Okay, somewhere in between, all right? So what we're gonna do is the last half, we're gonna take a look at the Jell-O, okay? So let us get our materials ready and we'll be back. You'll need for this a Jell-O package, something to put your Jell-O in, and the hot water that's gonna go with the Jell-O.
Right here.
Okay, so the next step is we're gonna work with the Jell-O. So the very first thing you have to do is you need to dump your Jell-O onto your plate.
I can open it.
Okay. So, looking at this Jell-O, what state of matter is this right now?
Solid.
Solid?
Solid.
Okay, so not a liquid or a gas, right? So on your worksheet, you're gonna, on the very first one, Jell-O currently is a solid. All right, Mary, what's the next question?
The water I mixed into the Jell-O was a
Okay, so here's our water. What is our water?
Liquid.
A liquid, very good. You are so smart. Okay, Lily, next question.
After I stir the Jell-O and the water together, the mix was
Okay, so we're gonna start with the cold water. So go ahead and dump that in, and Mary, if you'll stir it.
what is it?
Okay, so what is it now?
Liquid. So
Liquid, okay. And what's the question after this, Mary?
After sitting in the refrigerator for an hour, the Jell-O mix was a
Okay, so first things first, we've only got cold water in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk over to the stove and add our 2 cups of boiling water. So we're gonna pause for just a second. So now we've been boiling some water on the stove. So the water in the pot is what state? Liquid, but what is this coming off of it? Gas, very good. So we're gonna take 2 cups of this hot water and we're gonna add it to our Jell-O mixture, okay? We're gonna not film this so we don't burn the house down, but we'll be back in just a second. Okay, so we've added our 2 cups of hot water, 2 cups of cold water, and our container Jell-O. So what state is this in right now? Liquid, and you can see a little bit. I don't know if you can see it on camera. We've got a little bit of what coming off of it.
Gas.
Very good. All right, so Mary's gonna dump this into our container so it can go in the fridge. Carefully, so you don't burn yourself. We'll clean up that little mess before Mom gets home. Okay, so right now the Jell-O is what state?
Liquid.
It's liquid, okay? So this is the starting point. We're gonna put it in the cold fridge, and you can still see the gas coming off over there. We're gonna put it in the fridge, and we're gonna come back and check on it at 1 hour, and what else, Lily?
1 hour, 2 hour, and 3 hours.
Okay, and we're gonna see if it changes shapes. So, or it changes states. So we have seen our mixtures, our peanut butter and our mayonnaise that are somewhere between a liquid and a solid. Right now our Jell-O is a liquid, no doubt about it. It is very liquidy and very hot. So we're gonna see if it changes states while it's in the fridge. So we'll be back in 1 hour to check on it. Okay, so here we are back after 1 hour to take a look at our Jell-O that's come out of the fridge. And so Mary, what question do we have?
After sitting in the refrigerator for 1 hour, the Jell-O mix was a.
Okay, so, all right, so is it a liquid?
Yes.
Kinda.
Kinda, okay.
It's like, it's getting kind of.
You can see kind of on the sides here, it started to like create kind of a solid. Yeah, you see Lily scratching it. So, is it a complete liquid? Not quite. Is it a solid yet? What is it not for sure?
Gas.
It's definitely not a gas, but we're somewhere in between. Okay, so this is at 1 hour. And so now we're gonna do another hour?
Yes.
Is that right? Okay, so we'll be back in 1 more hour to take a look. All right, so here we are at hour 2. We've just pulled our Jell-O out of the fridge. So Lily, read us the next one.
After sitting in the refrigerator for 2 hours, the Jell-O mix was a.
Okay, Mary, poke it for us. All right, so what is it?
Starting to turn into a bit more of a solid. But
Okay,
it's like
but
kind
is it completely a solid?
of, no, it's like still liquid, kind of.
Okay, so
It's
not
like it's
completely
getting
solid.
there.
Okay, so what state do we think this is?
Bit more into solid.
Okay, so somewhere still in between.
Yeah,
Okay,
but still, it's like kind of getting to the solid, kind of.
okay. All right, so now we do hour 3, 1 more hour in the fridge.
Yes.
All right, so it's gonna go back in the fridge, and at hour 3, we'll check it 1 more time.
Okay, so this is our Jell-O mixture that we left here for 3 hours, and now we're gonna check and see what state of matter it is. So I have it right here. When the Jell-O is ready to eat, what state of matter is this?
What do you think it is?
It's the in between of both liquid and solid.
Nice. Okay.